YouTube. So today is another episode of Witching Hour Wednesdays, episode 2. If you didn't tune into our intro video, it's basically we talk about our own personal ghost stories or paranormal experiences. Today we don't have a guest with us, so it's just Haley and I. So we'll go ahead and get started, and I'll let you go first.
Okay, fine. I always go first. If anybody watched the first video, then you know that Dominique also made me go first. I sense a trend coming on. But anyhow, the story that I'm going to be talking about today is about, in fact, where we are at now. My apartment has had a ghost. Me and my boyfriend have been living here for about 6 months now, and around month 2, we started to notice something. I thought it was just me at first. It would be like when you were in the kitchen and like the dining area, living room, bedrooms over here, you'd be in the kitchen like washing the dishes or turned around the other way facing the stove, and it would only happen if you like had your hair down, like if you were looking down and like something was blocking your view. But it was like you could see a black figure run by really quick and go towards the bedroom or towards the living room. Like it was just like a flash by. And I thought that it was just me, but then my boyfriend told me that he saw, he thinks that there's a ghost here, and I asked him why, and he said because I saw something run by while I was doing the dishes, and I was like, don't say that, because then it just like confirmed my fear.
Ooh.
And then he said the same thing, that it happens when he had his hair down. So now we both like always have our hair like this if we're in the kitchen, just like on guard. But it looked like just like a black figure, but like with like it was like long and draped. So I'm assuming it's either a dress or like long hair. So that, and just the fact that through my family we're all kind of spirit sensitive, the women in my family, and so I get like feelings from spirits, either like emotions or pains or certain things like that, or like something I can just like I feel it, and I think that it's a woman because that's just what I feel with it. I feel like it's a girl. I don't get the feeling that it's a man at all. Like, I could be wrong. I'm not a psychic. I'm not by any means saying that I know for sure, but it just seems like a woman. And yeah, so that's one thing that's happened. And then more recently, not as important, my dog is getting all up in the way, but as not as important, I was in the bedroom and we were getting ready for bed, and my boyfriend was in the bathroom, and I looked over and he has 3 necklaces hanging on the wall, and I have like 50 hanging on my side of the room, and one of his necklaces, just one, is just swinging like this, and no, that wouldn't be anything, but his other necklaces were completely still, and the fan in the room was on, so I'm like, if it was the fan, then all of the necklaces would be moving, not just the one, and so I look over to my side, and none of my necklaces are moving. It was just that one, like somebody just went and tapped it, and it was just like swinging like that. I was like, okay. And I didn't say anything to my boyfriend about it because he's a scaredy cat and he doesn't like stuff like that, so he doesn't like me to talk about it because then it makes him start thinking about it. And then the scariest thing that's happened, she knows about. We had a phone get answered. Yeah, I was calling my boyfriend from work and he wasn't answering me, and I had called him a whole bunch of times, and I thought that he was just ignoring me, and right in the middle of it, like one of the calls got answered though, and it originally made me angry because no one was saying anything. Like I was like, hello, like what are you doing? Why aren't you saying anything? And no one said anything. It was silent. And so like I looked and the call was racking up seconds, so it was answered. And so I hung up and I tried calling again a couple times and he didn't answer. And so I went home from work and he was asleep on the couch, and I was like, have you been sleeping the entire time? And he's like, yeah. I was like, where's your phone? And he said, it's plugged in. I was like, plugged in where? And he said, in the kitchen. I'm like, this whole time it's been plugged in the kitchen. And he's just like, yeah, and he's been asleep on the couch. And I was like, okay, well, someone answered your phone, and that would explain why nobody said anything. Like, I don't know if she was just sick of his damn ringtone or what, but That's just creepy because, like, imagining, like, if you honestly sit there and think about it, that means that while he was sleeping, something was just walking around in here and decided to pick up his cell phone.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
It's pretty creepy. I don't like it at all. I was like, that's like some horror movie shit. I'm gonna answer the phone. No! It's like 7 days
Right?
on the other end.
Oh, my God.
But, oh, God.
She came back to work the next day tripping out.
I called her that
Tripping.
night. Like, I went outside and called her. I was like, Becca, I just got home. He didn't answer the phone. Like, I was so scared.
No.
It was terrifying. But that's all I'm thinking of right now for the apartment. I swore there was one more thing. It'll probably come to me in a little bit, but I'm going to let you go because I can't remember.
This is actually one of my first experiences with ghosts because I was raised, my grandpa's a pastor, so that was all taboo. You don't talk about that. That doesn't exist type of thing.
Right.
So I went to a very Christian college. If anybody watching has gone to this school, you feel my pain. I went to Pensacola Christian College in Florida. It's this uptight, super what's the word I'm looking for?
Conservative?
Conservative, thank you.
Okay.
I can't ever think of that word. Super conservative school. You can get kicked out for the littlest thing. Well, they were doing, in my building, my dorm room building, they were doing construction on the 9th and 10th floor. I'd sneak up there at night when nobody was there to go do my homework. It was quiet. I didn't have to deal with anybody. And I just kept getting this creepy feeling like something was there, like something was watching me. So I wouldn't stay up there long, and I'd go run back down to my room. I went up there one day, and like most horror stories, and I kid you not, it was a dark and rainy night to add to the creepy factor.
Perfect setting.
Yeah, right? I go up there, I open the door like I generally do, go sit in the little day room, which is kind of like the little living room almost. And I knew something was there, so I turn around, and behind me, I see this 7-8 foot tall, looked like a ring wraith from Lord of the Rings type of character, except he had, and I'm going to say it was a he because it felt kind of overbearing and like almost evil. He had glowing red eyes. That's the only thing you could see. You could see the outline of his hood, kind of like an oversized hoodie. It was about here around his face and just cloak. Didn't say anything. You could just hear him breathing. Just, oh my God. I freaked out. I backed away. I didn't take my eyes off of him once. I backed out, ran back down to my room. I tell my sister about this, and, she believes me. Now I know she believes me, but at the time she didn't. She said she didn't because she was too scared to want to believe me.
Yeah, because it's pretty terrifying
Yeah.
when one meets a Dementor.
Yeah, right? And my ex-fiancé at the time refused. He absolutely refused to believe me. Although we were walking from, it's called the Commons. It's kind of like where the bookstore and little hangout area and food places are. The Commons is right about here. Across the street is my dorm tower. So you could see the 9th floor. We're walking to the sports center, so we're going across this way. I look up, and he's staring at me. You can see the red eyes. No. I start to try and get my ex's attention. I'm like, look, right up there type of thing. I'm pointing at it. And all of a sudden he just, and he's gone. I'm pretty sure it was a demon, because I did learn, yep, 1, the red eyes. 2, I did learn that there had been some girls that had been playing around with, like, a Ouija board, seances. There had been a couple girls that got busted during a seance by their residence hall manager, and they were kicked out for it the summer before I got there. So, anybody who goes there, Griffin Tower, haunted, don't go to the 9th floor, scary shit. And if you have been there and seen it, I'm not crazy.
Well, I'm pretty sure a lot of people think that we're crazy, but
okay, that is true.
But
That is true.
That remains to be seen, in the words of Gandalf.
Just wish
So,
I just wish I wanted to do ghost hunting back then, because I would have gotten pictures. I
Right.
would have set my phone up, and I would have caught that bastard.
Oh,
I know I would have.
speaking of pictures with red eyes, we just posted our second episode video of Spirits International, and it's the France episode with the catacombs. And right after, you have to go look at this, because we didn't notice it until after we had made the video, and I was like proof watching it before I posted it, and I was like, what? Like, because there's a part where it gets to, and it has a section in the video where it, like, the information parts, and it says the chamber filled with bones, like that thing, and then the picture that comes right after it, it's got like the cross on the one side and like the sweep of like the bones. It's got like the dark shadows up in the top, and in the one side of it, in the shadow, like it's like peeking over the wall. I thought it was part of just like the shadow from that area because it was black, and then I noticed the little red dots. And then there's like a black horn, like a really big horn, and two little red eyes up in the corner of that picture. And supposedly Becca said that there's some folklore regarding that.
It's
in the
either
catacombs.
a minotaur, or at least that's the story I've heard. A minotaur or a demon that lives in the maze of the catacombs. He was put there by whoever, I believe it was his father or his creator, that he didn't want him to get out, so they trapped him in the maze that is the catacombs.
Yeah.
And
So
I didn't see it because I had found the pictures for the video. I didn't notice it until today, actually, when Haley pointed it out. She was just like, no, you gotta look at this.
yeah, because it's clearly there.
Yeah, just a little sweep of the horn.
The horn, which I thought was just shadow of like a stick or something, but what sells it is the dots. There is two little red dots right underneath of the horn, positioned like eyes, and it's just
it's creepy.
So whether it's Mr. Frankenstein's Minotaur or not, or if it's just a demon, whatever it is, it's got red eyes and a horn, and it is there. So if you want to see that picture, go ahead and watch that video that was posted.
Because who knows what's down there? 6-7 million bodies in the catacombs.
Not to mention the people who have got lost and then died in there, so it's been added to throughout time. But
So who knows what's down there?
for sure.
Yikes. No.
But I think, do we have any more ghost stories for today?
I mean, I think we can save some more till next week.
Perhaps, yep. Alright, so I guess we're done with this week's video. We'll go ahead and say goodbye until next week, and don't forget to subscribe.